What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to the Research Institution. Like this video if you will, subscribe to the page, the bell so you're notified next time I post a video, and blessings to my patrons and my channel members. May you have many wives. Links to the description below. So, a lot of you guys are saying that Path of Exile 2, for example, might be the way in terms of these action RPG games. Especially compared to Diablo 4, which I know a lot of us aren't exactly happy with. There's a lot of loose ends with Diablo 4. And more than just that. But I enjoyed it a little bit. I didn't get very far. I think the furthest character I leveled to is like 53 or something. But let's check this out for a minute. The thing about PoE, to my memory, is it's just so damn complex. Almost to the point where it's just intimidating and you're like, I might as well just walk away. Like, you open up the skill tree and it's just humongous with all these nodes and shit. And all these little effects and all that. But I mean, if you take it, I think, in a spiritual journey sort of manner, where you sift all that stuff out, you're like, okay, I don't really care about what everyone else is doing. I don't care about the end game or just trying to show off and make my character just be the most epic AF as soon as possible and run the most optimal build that I'm certainly going to look up as well. And I'm just going to do everything by how they say to do it. But if you take it in a different stride, maybe just start at the beginning in the jungle or some shit, although I don't think this is where you start. This is Act 3, I believe. I watched just about 2 minutes of this video. If you take it that way, it might be an epic journey where you refuse to look up shit online. You refuse to give in too much to the envy of your homies or just anyone else, your neighbors, etc., who possibly will be playing PoE as well. But I just wonder, if you take it in that way, this game might be a damn good time. And you can play it for a while. If you're taking it slow, but you're probably going to have to restrict yourself. You're like, okay, I'm going to play like 1 hour a day. Or for some of you, 5 hours a day, or whatever, 10 hours a day. I'd rather not. I try to get off my ass a little bit more than that. But if you take it in that sort of way, no matter how you take it, even if you're as hardcore as they come, but you take it as your own journey, maybe all that overwhelming shit won't be that bad. You're just taking one step at a time, one day at a time, and that complex as fuck tree and all those nodes and all that shit later on, maybe it won't really matter as you begin, you know? I mean, check this out. It looks awesome. Look at the environment. This looks amazing. I mean, this looks better than Diablo 4. Why don't we get jungles and shit in Diablo 4? Like, oh, let's just embrace the darkness. Yeah, we want to look at dark shit all day long, and that's it. Diablo 2 had a nice, beautiful desert. And even snowy... I mean, even the snowy parts in Diablo 4 are all dark and shit. It wasn't dark what we wanted. We just wanted a damn good game. And, that doesn't mean it has to just always be dark and shit. You know, it's nice having variety. It's nice having light. And look at the light glistening off these freaking leaves and shit. Look at the foliage. Is that how you say it? Let me know in the comments below. The foliage? All right, let's check it out. I mean, it looks really good.
Welcome to Path of Exile 2. We'd like to start off by showing some of the gameplay of Act 3, one of the 6 acts in PoE 2's campaign. We're starting here in the jungle depths. Act 3 is set in the ruins of the Vaal civilization, which fell thousands of years ago. Jungle has taken over their former once great cities, and we'll be exploring it using one of our 6 new character classes.
Oh my god.
In PoE 1, we had one character
Look at the gameplay.
The combinations of
look at it. You're actually running through a jungle is how it feels.
Looking at the design of PoE 2, though, we realized that many of the new skills that we were trying to design...
There's nothing like that in Diablo 4. And this game isn't even out yet.
Being a spellcaster with a bear
You
form
see,
makes
like, the
sense for
big tree
strength
trunks
builds,
and
but
all
it
this
doesn't
shit,
really
you
sound
know,
like
and
something that a Templar
it
would do.
vanishes when necessary.
We realized that since we had new mechanics for every attribute combination, it actually made sense to design new character classes.
Oh my
to explore the
God.
new themes. In PoE 2, every attribute combination has 2 classes associated with it. Strengthened has the Templar or the Druid. On Dexterity, you have the Ranger or the more spear-focused Huntress. And on Dexint, you have the Shadow and the Monk, which Mark is playing here. Each class has its own 3 ascendancies that let you further specialize the class in the way that only that class has access to. But
There's something really basic that they touch on. I'm not sure if they're going to do it in this part, but you have a dodge mechanic as well as a roll. You have both. The roll is not on a cooldown. You can roll as much as you want, like Dark Souls. But, unlike Dark Souls, you're not just immune during your dodge. You are immune to a lot of things. They say you're immune to melee attacks and ranged attacks. You're immune to that when you dodge. All right? And there's no cooldown. But if like an enemy like slams a big hammer on the ground and it has like some AoE thing, then obviously it's going to hurt you because you're still in that. You know, so that's an amazing blend. This is great. Like we're talking about endgame stuff, how we want it in Diablo 4. But I've explained in previous videos how it's hard to make an endgame with a challenge in a game that's just all about numbers and that's it. That has very, very, very little skill involved, right? In Diablo 4, it doesn't have a lot of skill. Those games just fundamentally don't have a lot of skill involved. You have a dodge or an evade, but it's on a damn cooldown. You know, you're just spamming 3 buttons otherwise. 6 buttons, half of which are on cooldown. So there's not much skill. So it comes down to just a big number crunch. So how do you get the end game without just number crunching it down to just one damn build? That's the problem, all right? But in a game like this, if you can dodge all the time, it's going to be a bit more like Dark Souls, where there is challenge. It takes dexterity and timing. So yeah, that's I mean, it could make for an epic game. Just with that alone. But I mean, look at the environments. Yeah, the environments look great. I mean, that mechanic, but let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about that? All right, I need to hear your opinions. I need to consider. I need to perceive them. All right? I can't just sit here and act like I have all this shit figured out. So I'm curious, what do you guys think about that? I mean, it seems like it's going to enable a potential end game in this style sort of game that we like, that's like Diablo. Because it ends up not just being some number crunch, close you get to the damn top, you got one build. It becomes something more than that because you can roll and shit a lot and you can actually avoid damage. You don't have a cooldown on the roll. So there is that timing. And that alone being added and it's awesome how you can also still take damage. It doesn't make you completely invulnerable. You know, it's a good blend, I think, that they might have found here. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below.
But they both start at the same location in the passive tree. The quest rewards you're offered on the 2 variants are tailored to the class, but of course, this is PoE. You can still mix and match anything to your heart's
This looks
content.
amazing. You got a gorilla,
Looks like we've come across the boss for this area.
a silverback
In PoE 2,
gorilla.
Every area of the campaign contains a boss of at least this difficulty. That's over 100 bosses to fight as you make your way through the campaign.
You gotta be kidding
They
me.
all have unique mechanics to learn.
But I mean, there's some more to showcase, alright? I might make a couple more videos on this. I'm just
As
curious
you've
what you
seen
guys
from
think
watching
about
Mark
this.
play,
And
the melee combat in PoE 2 has a very different feel than before. We've done a lot of things to add mobility to combat. Practically every melee skill in PoE 2 has some kind of movement built into it.
there we go.
The monk in particular is a melee fighter who specializes in mobility over brute strength.
But I mean, I know what you guys think about, alright? That wasn't the part that I was thinking we were going to talk about. We talked about the roll and dodge. That was a different video. But I might make more videos on this. I'm really curious. What's the reception to this? I mean, the game looks pretty damn cool. I mean, I don't want to like play this game a ton. I want to, it's important. You got to get out and ride a bike and shit, and walk and do other things. But I mean, this game has room for both. I think if you take it in the spiritual journey sense, as mentioned, you don't have to get to the top. You don't have to run that most optimal build and just be blowing through shit. It can be a journey, and just finding the stuff on the way. Potential, it can be very rewarding. So I'm curious what you guys have to say about that. I really need to hear your damn opinions. It's not just to stimulate the comments, but I mean, I do like to stimulate the comments. So again, like this damn video, subscribe to the page, hit the bell so you're notified next time I post, become a patron or channel member if you want. Let me know your thoughts on PoE 2 thus far, alright? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace be with you.